It's interesting. I was just talking with somebody about just like my business Instagram like account basically.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I have a clear vision for that exactly. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that. But it's interesting. Just what I don't want, and I would love for you to kind of speak into this. Like, viewership isn't always like engagement, right? So there's pages that have tons of followers.
Yeah.
But I guess for just someone who just randomly has an Instagram account, a way to track engagement, I guess, would be by like messages sent back, if you're doing stories, how people are voting on it, or comments or whatever. How would you speak to somebody who, like, or different question, what are things that you do? You could pick any client, maybe you have, like, what are things that you do to produce engagement? Whether it's like an aesthetic of a design, or is there certain things when they go right to the webpage, or certain things, are there any like specific things that you do to produce or hope to produce, engagement?
More engagement, yeah. Well, when it comes to social media, Dan, you're right. Just followers or just views aren't the, say all be all end all metric. And especially when social media started, that's what people really wanted. They wanted more followers. They wanted more views. They wanted more impressions. Because that's a nice metric and an easy number to look at and to judge oneself by. But you can pay for as many followers or as many views as you want, really. But that doesn't mean you're going to get closer to your goals. You can build some brand awareness, which can be really good. But just getting people to see or follow isn't always great. Right. Especially because social media is really pay to play. And if I have a Facebook account with 1 million followers, if I just post organically, a very, very small fraction of people are even going to see that. It might be 1% or 2%. So paying to play is kind of the way of things on social media. So it's not particularly impressive if you just pay and get a bunch of views and things. It's necessary sometimes. But engagement, yes, that is a better metric. So engagement would be on social media, people commenting or people clicking and hopefully going to your website. That's a really good metric. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of different engagement metrics. And so there's a number of things to do, whether it's on a website or social media, to get more engagement. And I mean, there's some really basic ones that you might imagine, like have a really interesting, well-written post. We find on Facebook, people used to really focus on being attention-getting. Mm-hmm. And on Facebook now, it's more about conversation generating. So when you put a post on Facebook, think about what can you do to generate comments and good conversation instead of just getting people's attention. Because Facebook's algorithm really likes that commenting and the conversation. So if you put a post out there and you get people talking and replying to one another, that's a very positive signal to send to Facebook, and they will probably show your post to more people using Facebook. So little things like that we try to keep an eye on. Having an engaging, interesting photo is good. Yeah. One of the things I always talk about is stock photos. Whenever you see a stock photo, you know it's a stock photo. I mean, it's never a question. Yeah. You see a billboard out there with a perfect smiling family, it's a stock photo. Yeah. And when you see stock photos in social media posts or on websites, it's not authentic. You know it's not real. And even though a stock photo might look really, really good on your social media or your website, people know it's fake. Right. And you will get less engagement and less clicks if it's a stock photo. And we've done many A/B tests on Facebook, on websites, and we've seen that again and again. Right. So real photos, even if it's just like on an old iPhone 6, do a lot better. Beyond that, I guess if you get into websites, to get more engagement, it's all about just having a really clear message, intuitive navigation, having big buttons, changing the colors of things. One of the things, Dan, we love to do on websites is A/B testing. And so if we have a client's webpage and they want people to click on a button to order something or to fill out a form, what we'll do is we will make 2 versions of that page, A and B, mm-hmm. and then for 30 days, we will run 2 versions of the page. So 50% of the people who come to the page see one version, 50% see the other version. And then we make one change to the page. So it could be the color of the button, or a slightly different layout of the form, or a different picture. And then we'll test and see which page does better, which one gets more conversions. So after 30 days, if page A gets 1% conversions and page B gets 2%, obviously page B is better. So let's move to that. and then maybe the next month let's test it against another one. So if you just use really good data-driven principles like that, keep testing, you can make a web page and a website and an online presence that's more and more effective, and that'll get you closer to your goals. And so that's a lot of what we do too.
Yeah.